Well, good day, tubes. How's she hanging? Is it cool enough yet? Oh gosh, it's still hot. It's like 3 days later. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine now. It's all good now. Just tricking you. Tricking you. So we got this flywheel ready to go back together. I guess we'll start assembling this clutch side now. This is going to be the crappy part because I'm not looking forward to lifting this, but should be all good to go. It sure was grimed up. She's all clean now. It took a lot of work. Ring gear's super good and tight on there. And I'd really like to know how much this thing weighs because it's a freaking lot. It's heavy. It's gonna suck putting that back in there. But anyways, I got some torque values. Hopefully that's accurate. And these don't get very much, but these get oh, I'll have to look again. I know I got the wrench set, but oh boy, here we go. So let's get you on a tripod. We'll get inside and we'll see if we can rebuild this clutch. Okay, this is the part that I was not looking forward to. So it's much harder to turn the engine over when there's no flywheel on there. Would have been nice if that was kind of upright. But anyways, this thing is definitely got some weight to her, and I guess that's the idea, right? So we'll try to get it up there and knock the fingers off and try to get all these lined back up again, but there's really not a lot of room in here for that. Get one started. Oh, well, that wasn't too bad. All right, so we got this plate, and then we got these bolts that went on. Ooh, that's definitely not in far enough yet. Try to start it so at least it may not come off. And I got a torque value, but I'm just gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna hold this thing from spinning while I'm torquing it. Now you can put like some starter rope down the spark plugs. Really don't want to do that though. I'm going to see if I can somehow hold the flywheel while we're torquing this on here. And let me look up torque values for that so we all know. I have it. I'm going to check my book too. I don't know how accurate this is. Darn it, where was that now? Let's find this here, hang on. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch here. I'm gonna double check in my book if it even shows me that. Cylinder head bolts, cylinder head stud nuts, cam gear to cam, engine crank, pulley bolt, engine front cover bolt, engine main bearings, engine oil pan, cap, screws, engine spark plugs, engine trans to bolt, engine to trans bolts, so that's these ones. They should be 53 to 60 foot-pounds. Flywheel bolts, 75 to 85 foot-pounds. All right, I don't know if this is 100% right on there yet, but I'm pretty sure she'll go on when we put the torque to her here. So let's go get the torque wrench out. Okay, I got a torque wrench. First time I've ever used this one. She's brandy new. I can figure out how to get her in there. I'm gonna do a little bit actually with just the regular. Could probably do it with the impact actually, and then just torque them up. Just so they get on tighter-ish. Hello. Do a little bit at a time here. And then I've got a new piece of wire to run through. Ooh, what the heck happened there? That was weird. To run through. Yeah, this is going to be the problem here now. Trying to hold this thing. I might have to do that trick with the or I've got a pair of vice grips here. And if I can get these locked on, to maybe that ring gear and not damage anything. That might work. I don't know if it's going to hold it back, but we'll do what we can with what we got. Worst comes to worst, hope we'll get some starter rope. Well, that looks like it's going to be worse. There's nowhere to grab onto these. Well, you would think that would be alright in there on that. Probably not. Wow. That's just terrible. How the heck do they expect you to hold that in there, I wonder? Starter rope down the spark plug hole and then push the piston up, I guess. I just don't like putting stuff in the engine like that, if you know what I mean. Boy, what else can I do here? Hold this. There's holes there, that's balancing stuff. What else can we do? Just can't seem to bite onto that. Could be these crappy vice grips too, maybe. Not being so hard. Okay, enough of that. I'll go get some rope. Alright, I don't really like putting anything down a spark plug hole unless it's gasoline. Otherwise, I don't think it's such a good idea, but we'll give her a shot here because we got to do something to torque this fella on here. We got to change those plugs anyways. Those are still the original plugs, so that's pretty good. And I want to see if I can feel. Double check this, I think. Come on, baby. Now, I can't see really anything down there. That's why I don't like doing this way. I'm right on top of the valves right there. The piston's actually further over. It's like way over here. Oh. I don't know if I want to do this way or not. Well. Not as easy to get because that exhaust valve is actually open right now. I can just see it in there. I just can't quite get over to feel where that piston is. But looks like they're both closed now. I just don't like this idea of doing it this way. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna try to fish some down here. I'm just so afraid of it getting like snipped off inside, and then I'm taking the head off. So I'm just gonna fish some over that way. See if I can get it to kind of jam in on a bunch of this stuff all sprawled around inside of there. It's just a tricky little thing trying to get all that down in there. no way. I guess I could somehow lock up that crankshaft on the front there. I could put it's all open there, so I could put like a clamp or something around that front little crank thingy. But this, I don't know. I don't really feel good about this part here, doing this. I don't know if it's gonna get do anything, so give her some push in here. Might have got her. Well, we'll give her a shot here. See, this method, there's going to be some springs, so I don't know how accurately you're going to get this torque down here, right? Well, it's holding though, I think. Go a little bit at a time. Oh, that one's good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. I think I should be able to get the and that's set at right now about 80, and they wanted it torqued to 75 to 85, so I'm kind of in the middle-ish. So that, well, that actually worked. Believe it or not, that actually worked. I'm sure that they're all good. Feels all good. All right. Lovely. So I'll get some of the wire now, and then we'll wire tie that as well. All right, let's see here how we can do this. Those are really dirty, and I don't want to use that. Pliers here from something else. Probably from taking it apart. And we will see how well this will fish through. I got the old wire still, but I'll use a new wire here. Oh, that's not a good one. I don't know how you're supposed to tie these on in the wire when the one bolt doesn't even line up at all. This one's gonna have to go down and around or something. Unless I make the tie in there, maybe. Maybe I can do that. There should be one here. Comes up through there. I guess this just keeps them from backing off too much. Alright, well, we'll tie her in here. Ah, Motorcycle Central today. Today is November 8th. And I'll show you something here awesome. That's why there's so many bikes out. Hang on a sec here. Let me get to this app here. And I'll show you why it's so loud out here today. It is currently 18 degrees. Holy cow. On November 8th. Can you believe that? That's like pretty awesome. That's like never happened before, I don't think. That's a record for us here. Okay, let's see if we can try to tie these. Get my fingers to work here. That's about all that's tied up before there, so I'll go with that, I guess. Should be out riding a slingshot today, but anywho, there we go. It's all wire tied. Great. All right, now we got to work on this part. We got to put in the throwout bearing here too. It's also need to be installed, so I'll have to get my bearing driving kit, and we'll get the bearing for that, and the rest of these clutch parts here and put them in. Okay, we'll drive this bearing here first. It's going to make sure it's going to fit on the other side all right. Lovely, just lovely. That's it there, bud, that's it. Isn't that nice? That is so nice. All right. So I'm just going to take this thing apart again because I don't need it now. That was a good investment though, buying that seal driver kit thingy with all the different sizes of thingies, right? I'll probably never use that huge one, but that was a good little thing to buy on Amazon again. This is going to be Motorcycle Central coming by here today. You're going to hear a lot of motorcycles today because it's such a nice day out. Okay, so that's in, that's in, that's in. That's nice and flush. It didn't seem to want to go anymore. What do I need now? I need some brake cleaner. I just want to clean this surface again here. Take all these off. These have to get torqued. I think it's 14 foot-pounds. Something around there. I'll double check again. There's no real specs anywhere, and it's really hard to find specs for anything of this stuff. Unless you actually have the repair manual. I've sort of got a repair manual there, not too bad, but they really don't go into a whole lot. Okay. I am going to need some brake cleaner. Be right back. Oh, I got some here. Hang on a sec, I do. And I'll get a fresh towel. Because when this thing was in the shed there, it was a little cold that one day, and I guess I was in there turning the heat on. Of course, that made this thing sweat, and the whole face of this was starting to get that rust coverage on it. So I sprayed some WD-40 on the front of it just to keep it from rusting too bad. Once the clutch gets going there, she'll be good. All right, that's our next part, I guess. Is going to be clutch installation. And I got that here. And I got the new pressure plate and the lineup tool for that thing. And that's a pretty important part. Got the new squeezy disc, squeezy assembly, squeezy plate. I think I want to give it a nice bit of a clean here too, so you guys can look over here for a moment. Give him a little bit of a clean because it's probably got some surface stuff on him. And a little bit maybe. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so now let's look back here. Sorry for the jumpiness. And there's pretty self-explanatory which way the disc goes on here. So it's got to reach out to. It's got to reach out to the tractor, not the other way. So it wouldn't go this way. because it doesn't really hit there. It hits and it doesn't lock on, right? So you gotta make sure you put that with this side out. There's a taller side. And we'll grab a couple of bolts here and get this ready. So all this tool does is line it for us for when we put her back together on the slide the two back together. It should be all lined up, ready to go. If I could get these bolts to start, that would be really handy. For some reason, I'm not having any luck here. Okay, I think that one's started. Try another one down here, maybe so it'll hold it for me at least. And these things are gonna have to squish down a long way because it's actually got to push these springs. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Not cooperating. Not cooperating. I almost wonder if the bolts are too short. It could be. I might have to get a longer 5/16 just to get these to start in, to squish it down a little bit. These are a bit short. These are 3/4 inch. They will work. Apparently you use 3/4 and 1 inch, but might have a little bit of problem getting them started, so I'm gonna have to go get a couple longer ones. I don't think I got. I don't think I got anything right here for that part of it. Darn it! There's no way for me to manually squish that together enough to get those to start. I don't believe. At least I don't think that's started, but I could give her a try it with the ratchet here. Okay, I tried something else here. I tried taking the washers off the one side just so I could get it to maybe start pulling down, then I'll have to take them off individually again and then put them back on again, I guess. That seems to be working. Just enough to get the other ones with the washers started. Yeah. There we go. That one's not feeling too good there for some reason. Boy, I'd like to, that one not quite lined up. And that's got him. Put this one back off here again. I'll put the washer on this side now. Okay, I'll take the washer off, this bolt off, and put the washer back on this side. A little bit more screwing around, but I got the longer bolts. It probably would have been alright too, but I just got these ones. Come on now. We're working. Turn this. I don't want it. I better not. Okay, that one's ready. Now, before I don't know if I'll get her together, squished together today, I still got to put that shifter fork in there and stuff. know if I'll get that all. The tractor would be nice to get it back together today, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Okay, what do we got down here now? That one will go in. That's still all aligned. Ooh, you stay in there, you stinker. Shouldn't move now. I got a fair bit of pressure down there now. So. Something's not feeling right there. I'm gonna try to spin this around so I can see what's going on. Get on there, holy jump. Always got to be one, right? Not today. I'll have to put the washer on the last one here, and then we can start to tighten things up. Oh, I just turned that over with that rope still in there. Whoops! Whoops! Hopefully she'll bottom out again here. Okay, just got these snug, touching the flywheel now. And let's turn it back and see if she'll lock on. There we go. All right, torque wrench. I gotta find the settings for these. Okay, so these are to be 16 foot-pounds. Not very much, doesn't sound like much, but... so I got my gauge type one here. We're gonna give her some crank in here and see what we can do. There's 15. That's about 16 there. Maybe put you back here a bit. All right, so 16. It doesn't sound like much, does it? That's about that for there. We'll double check them all, of course. Higher so I can see it. See it. It's about there. It's about there. This one's gonna be trickier. These should go over the way more, a little bit, not much, so not enough, of course. Now I don't know if these things you can actually put an extension on it because I kind of almost need an extension. Well, I'm going to have to move yous, I guess, because I got to get over there. Alright, let's see what we can figure out here. Got to get right in front. I like the click type, it's better. And I've got an inch-pound one because that torque wrench I had here starts at 50, so that's not too much good. That's not so much good. About there. About there. Good there. Okay. And we'll just double check all these now. Yeah, seems good. Seems good. It's good. Come on now. This is the one I gotta get way over and look at. Seems good there. That seems good. Get on her nice and square. That seems good. All right. That thing should be good to come out. Everything should be all aligned in there now. Hopefully she all goes together the way she should. That's the idea anyways. All right. Well, this side is good. Okay, I think we're mostly set to fight with this side again. I'm going to put this fork back in. Forking thing. Anyways. There's bushings on this. I just want to see how wore out they are. Not really too bad actually. Kind of surprised. Kind of surprised. And oh yes, I've got to get this rod off of here and get that adjustment turnbuckle on the other side fixed and changed back to where it should be. Okay, so what I'm going to do actually is I've got some, since there's hopefully not going to be as much oil slinging around here, better not be, I'm going to get some of this anti-seize stuff and slather some in here. Because that's all she's going to get. And she should have a little bit on her there, I think. As so, that only has to go so far. Or that's actually going to sit. I guess that's where I should have slathered it on, because now we're kind of wasting it. And this stuff's really good, but it's nickel based. But oh man, is it hard to get off your skin after. It sticks on like crazy. So we'll put some more chemicals on to dissolve the chemicals. Sounds like a plan, doesn't it? Okay, so we'll get the fork in here, and it doesn't really need lube on it. Up under there like that. I might have to take this assembly off of here again to get this thing actually in here. I'm kind of thinking I probably will. So, we will. This throwout bearing have to come off here again. I'm gonna need my pliers. Where to buy my pliers? Never enough pliers. Oop, that one's inside now. There we go. There we go. That'll be a little more easier. Get this thing all lined up here again. Oh, it passed. Okay. Pretty close. And I think I'm going to use the same pin again. It seemed to be pretty friggin' tight in there, so we'll try to line her back up here and hopefully that's good enough. I don't think that's gonna pop out. If all of a sudden I have no clutch, well, the thing popped out. Actually it shouldn't, because this side's mushroomed over, that's kind of why. threw her back in that way. So, okay, I want to just put a little bit more of this stuff on there. A little bit more where it's going to sit over here. And I'm sure that stuff will work its way around it. Lovely, isn't it lovely? It's lovely. More chemical time. Too bad it's like poisonous. It does work good. Okay, throw out bearing. Should I put a bit more in there? No, I think that's lots on there. Put that back on. There we go. Wasn't quite sitting right there. Okay, now I've got to try to get this spring again. Spring again. Come on now. There we go. She is good. Let's give her a test. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Boy, that was a lot easier getting this back together than it friggin' was taking it apart. That was just not fun. Okay, so I'm hoping when this spline lines up into the clutch there, it'll line that up and should just slide right in. I don't believe this should have any lube on it, although might just help her slide back in better. Just don't want anything splashing out onto the clutch, right? Well, you know what? We're darn near ready to throw this back together. Darn near. It's going to be a lot easier coming apart, I'll say. Anyways, when the aspect of it splitting, the rest of it was kind of crappy. But she is all ready. She's all ready. But I need to do this. Yeah, I got to get this clutch lever off of here first. Because the way it's adjusted right now, because the clutch was kind of wore out, I don't know if you can see the way this is, well, it's hard to tell with that thing sort of bent, but it's leaning forward. Before it was like way back here. So that's where it's got to go to hook into this little turnbuckle again, is way back there. Now mind you, it's actually about there, so it's actually, but if I hook it up like that, it's not going to be adjusted right. So I got to get this rod off of here, and probably going to have to heat up the rod and stuff maybe to get that to expand out again. So this will actually come out to where it should be here. A little bit of play in there. But essentially where it was sitting before was about there all the time. So it was pretty much right out of adjustment. So when I pushed the clutch down, I'm only getting about there where it was actually disengaging. So it wasn't very good. There wasn't much left in her. So yes, we got to get somehow back into there and get that little cotter pin out. Get that feller out of there. Sort of buried way back there. Alright, I was finally successful. Watch how you say that. There is a bit of a bend in this rod, though. I don't know if it's supposed to be bent. Probably not. Probably not. But we got her turning anyways. It was a lot of fighting. And I think I got her pretty much where I want her now, roughly. I don't know if it's supposed to have a bend in it, but now that'll work if I pull that. Yeah, so now we're good here. If I can get that. And this is definitely not the final adjustment. It's definitely going to need quite a bit more adjusting. So that gets pushed onto the other part there. That should hold himself up. And you can see how much sort of forward angle we've got now. That's kind of where it should be sitting. So that's good. That's a good place to start. And I didn't have to use any heat on that threads up there on the other end of that rod. I just put some Move It on it. I'll show you what this stuff is. This works good. Move It, rust penetrant and stuff. And let her sit a little bit and then start working at her. I was almost thinking, oh, maybe I better put some heat to it. And it ended up coming out pretty good. So I think we're almost ready to throw this back together here though, but these bolts that hold the parts together, I might give them a wash up first and then we'll throw it together another day, I guess. I don't think I'm going to get to her quite all today, but then after we get her back together, we got to take apart this top plate here and see why it's all leaking out of here again. Something's not right. And I think that should just undo and come right off. The gear shifter is kind of a weird thing down there. It's like a dish thing that the shifter actually goes into, and it kind of goes like this, and I don't know, it should just come right out. Should just come right out. And yeah, we should be good. Should be good. Oh, I wish I could have got some of these because these are all wore out, but I'll show you a trick for those when I put her back together there. We're gonna have a bit of a hole here, I guess, from where they had the Sherman coming out. I'll maybe see if I can get something in there to block and then fill it with something in there maybe. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that hole. A little inspection hole if you want to look in there and see what's going on. Because I could stick my little inspection camera in there and think, what's going on in there? So, but anyways. But I guess that's about it for today. We got her all ready to go back together, but we'll do that another day. That's going to be a bit of fiddling around and stuff and getting her all lined up, especially this part here that I didn't realize was still in here. That little guy there is where the throttle rod hooks into there. So we got to make sure that gets all lined up nice too, and then we can start hooking her back together, torquing everything down again. And hopefully everything's all good in here. Just please, please. New seal, everything, new bearing, everything should be all good. Should be good. What a project, eh? Holy cow. It's had a rough life, this poor girl. She's done a lot of work, I think. But it'll have a better life now. But that's the next thing after this thing. We're gonna have to get this thing, this whole side has to come off to fix the leak. Look at the leak on the floor. Look at it. It's like draining back even. It's so much leaked out of there. It's leaking out of where the seals seal in there. The other side's fine, but this side's leaking. So that's a pretty big disassembly. The tire off. Get her jacked up underneath somewhere there to hold this whole side up, and then undo all the bolts and stuff, and then slide everything out. The axle and everything will have to come out. It's a bit of messing about. And then I'm not gonna have a gasket for the big bell housing there, so I might just goop it up with my stuff. And these ones I can probably make, but that's a pretty big one. I don't have paper that big, so unless I use like a piece of Bristol board or something, that it's not really that good. But all right, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later, and I think she's mostly ready to slide back together. Should be good. We'll get her done here soon.